Panahon na ng pagbabago, dahil sa ito ay kinakailangan tayo na magtulong-tulong na maunlarin ang mahal nating bayan.
Panahon na ng pagbabago, dahil sa ito ay kinakailangan tayo na magtulong-tulong na paunlarin ang mahal nating bayan.
Panahon na magbabago at iayos ang mga dapat ayusin. Dapat lang maging tungkulin ng bawat mamamayan dito sa atin.
Ng pagbabago patungo sa pag-asenso, magsikap ng mabuti at nang guminhawa tayo. Malaki natin sa mundo at ipamalas ang bagong Pilipino at bagong Pilipinas.
Panahon na ng pagbabago, ang pilitin natin ang sarili natin at nawalan na unlarin, dahil sa'y kasabi namin natin.
Panahon na magbabago at magmula sa kahit anong larangan. Ang tagumpay ay karangalan. Alay o ihandog natin sa bayan.
Ganong ulit nang napatunayan ng Pilipino ang husay at takas, kagandahan at talento. Makipagpaligsahan kahit anong oras, bagong Pilipino at bagong Pilipinas. Panahon na pagbabago, buhay natin ay gawing maaliwalas. Marami ang magandang bukas, subukan ng bagong Pilipinas. Panahon na.
Hello po, good evening sir ma'am. So tonight is day 10, April 10 ng ating 25 days online review for the upcoming April 27 na Procom exams. Kasama natin ulit ngayon si Ma'am Jeannie. Topic natin is all about sentence correction, paragraph organization, and reading comprehension. Ito yung pangalawang araw ng verbal reasoning natin. Okay? And day 10 out 25 days para sa ating online review. Alright? So, Ma'am Jen is nandito na. Good evening, Ma'am. Yes, good evening, good evening. Wait lang. Ma'am Jen, good evening. Okay, yes po. Yes, ma'am. Sige. Sa mga nagtatanong pala patungkol dun sa slides na presentation na ginamit ni Ma'am Jen, already shared na po sa inyo, sir, ma'am, nasa Google Drive na natin. Alright? So, if you have questions about sa lecture topic natin, feel free to ask sa comment section. Binabasa yan palagi ni Ma'am Jen. Kahit ano pa yung tatanong niyo dyan. Basta related sa exam, of course. And ano pa? Okay, bukas is mock test natin. Alright, so live din tayo bukas. Start tayo by 6:30. Antayin lang muna natin yung iba. Sa mga bagong pasok sa group, welcome po. Ito pala. Kapag nakita nyo, sir ma'am, na hindi nyo mabasa yung mga comment or naglalag yung Facebook, try to restart your Facebook app, paki-exit, tapos balikan ulit yung Facebook natin. Kasi sometimes nangyari talaga yan during live. Okay? So, without further ado, Ma'am Jen, good luck po, ma'am.
Thank you, sir. Hello, everyone. I'm just checking if my okay. So I hope I can read your comments, unlike last night. Please tell me if naririnig at nakikita ako ng maayos, okay? So that I can fix it on my end. Good evening to those who were not able to join. My name is Jenny Dapat. Nag-lecture din ako kahapon. Topic was grammar and vocabulary. And now we will proceed with reading comprehension, paragraph organization, and sentence error. All right, nice to meet you all. So, nasa group lang yung topic, this one. Nandito siya. Oo, that's the lecture yesterday. So, please tell me if you can hear me well, okay? Para hindi tayo magka-problema. Ayan na naman, hindi ko na siya mag-click. Okay, hello. Okay, nandito na pala. Good evening. Good evening po. Thank you so much for joining. So, ito yung lecture kahapon is kanyo lang sa group, okay? Yung diniscuss natin was basic grammar. So, we talked about verbs, nouns, pronouns, adjective, conjunctions, prepositions as well, and also vocabulary, no? All right. Hello, good evening, guys. So, this will be another short live lang with you. So, let's do the drill. Kung ano man yung na-discuss natin kahapon, please comment. Ano ba yung ibig sabihin ng mirage? So, if you can remember or if familiar ka sa word na ito, ano ba yung ibig sabihin ng mirage? Please tell me in the comments. Hello, good evening, guys. So, start tayo kaagad, no? Yes po. Okay. So, sana okay yung audio ko. May problema kasi, old na kasi itong ginagamit kong microphone. That's why hindi ako sure if it's working well. Okay, okay naman pala, no? So again, comment down what do we mean by the word mirage. Na-discuss ito kahapon. If you're not familiar, okay lang. Okay, nandito na pala nag-comment. That's right. It's an optical illusion or a hallucination. So yung example kahapon was yung may nakita silang parang tubig, no? And that was because of the heat. So something is not real, it's just what you see in your eyes. No? So again, optical illusion or hallucination. Good. Next, what do we mean by elusive? What do we mean by elusive? Please comment. So, okay, good job. So yung elusive, yung kahit na example ng elusive is yung butterfly, no? No matter how much you chase, okay, the more you chase it, the more it will go away from you, no? Kung tama man yung term. But anyway, if you say elusive, it means difficult to find or to catch, no? So happiness is elusive when you chase it. So dapat hindi maghabol, no? Chill ka lang. O darating yung para sa'yo, no need habulin, okay? Because they will be elusive, no? Parang iniiwasan ka. Again, mirage is an optical illusion. Elusive is difficult to catch. What do we mean by exigency? What do we mean by exigency? Para siyang katunog ng emergency, no? Exigency. So if you say exigency, parang it's a very, what matter is it? It's a very urgent, no? Matter. So exigency is synonymous to urgency, okay? Ngayon na, or yeah, pang emergency. Like, okay, I don't know how to say it anymore. Next, what do we mean by imminent na letter I? What do we mean by imminent na letter I? So yung example kahapon was, I am excited for your imminent arrival. Ano ba yung imminent? So if you say imminent, it's fast approaching, no? Papalapit or it's about to happen, no? That's imminent na letter I. If you say eminent, may ibang spelling nito, letter E naman. It means renowned or respected, no? So, um, sino ba dito sa Philippines sa larangan ng sports? So there are eminent athletes, no? So respected or renowned or distinguished. So yan yung eminent na letter E. Yung letter I, it's about to happen or paparating, approaching, that's correct. Eto na pala, eminent, no, respected in their field. Sinabi ko na, no? Hindi ako makapaghintay. Next, what do we mean by acolytes? What do we mean by acolytes? So, especially during ngayon, campaign, kasi malapit na yung election. So, kahit na anong sabihin ng iniidolong politiko, talagang sinusuportahan ng mga acolytes. Oo. So, this means followers. Okay? Next, what do we mean by impeccable? Do you remember? Ano ba yung ibig sabihin ng impeccable? If you are not familiar with the words, that's okay, okay? I'm sure sobrang daming nagko-comment, but marami pa rin naman yung silent viewers. O, ganyan din ako siguro. Kung nag-review, I don't really comment a lot. Kasi nahahati yung attention mo, di ba? Gusto mo lang mag-take down notes. Alright. So, impeccable means almost perfect, no, or spotless. So, where can we, ano ba kaya? Or his handwriting is impeccable, no? Parang computer na pagka-type. So that's almost perfect. Or my mom's cooking is impeccable. Next, unparalleled. Unparalleled. I think yung unparalleled parang self-explanatory na, no? Parang nagde-define na yung word on its own. So, walang kaparallel, no? Walang kapareha, no? You cannot compare it to anything. No? Siya lang nag-iisa or it's exact. So, ano ba yung mga bagay that depende sa experience, no? For example, you live the happiest day, yung pinakamasayang araw sa buhay na um when they graduate, when they graduate from their education, engage, when they get married, anak, no? Kapag naging successful. So that kind of is unparalleled, no? Or nanalo ng loto. Oh, syempre naman. Kahit 100 million ako, I will just relax for the rest of my life. Anyway, what do we mean by germination? What do we mean by germination? Marami pa rin na tumatawag sa akin like yesterday. Bakit kaya? Alright, so germination, yung pagkatanim mo ng seed, tapos nag-sprout siya, no? It's the development of a plant from a seed. So that is sprouting, correct. Next, debacle. Ano ba yung debacle? Yung maaga silang umuwi from the competition dahil na talo. Okay, total failure. Hindi lang siya failure lang, talagang total failure, no? Oo, para bang okay, na siguro sobrang layo ng score nila at ng opponent, no? So that's a debacle. Now, let's proceed with reading comprehension. So anyway, kung gusto niyo ng further explanation about the words, review niyo lang yung lecture kahapon, okay? For reading comprehension, it's very important na masanay ka magbasa or masanay ka na gumagana yung utak mo if you're about to take an exam. It's because the whole day doon sa testing room, nagbabasa ka lang. Yan talaga yung ginagawa natin technically if we are answering an exam. So, just the thought of it, actually, nakakapagod siya, no? If you look at the book, parang nakakapagod tignan, no? Ang daming pages or pahina. So, not everyone is sanay na magbasa. But it's good that you are reviewing para at least masana yung utak nyo na gumagana siya for a long time kasi yan lang yung gagawin nyo the entire day while taking the exam. Nagbabasa ka lang, no? So, kapag yung katawan kasi natin yung mapagod, okay lang kasi pwede kang magkape, pwede kang mag-nap, pwede kang mag-energy drink, ano. Pero kapag yung utak natin ang mapagod, talagang nade-drain lahat, no? Nade-drain lahat, physically, emotionally, mentally. So, kapag yung utak is hindi sanay na nagpa-function siya for a long time, sa actual day ng exam, aantukin ka talaga, no? Kahit na pakonti-konti yung questions, but if you sum them up, marami yan, no? So, it's important na at least, no, masanay tayo. Not everyone reads, that's okay. So, at least nagre-review kayo. My tips for reading comprehension is first, you read between the lines. So, importante na intindihin talaga natin kung ano yung ibig sabihin niya, not just the literal definition. Huwag naman i-overthink, pero at least what is not stated, makikita natin. You analyze well, do not be aggressive sa pagsagot, no? And of course, to save time, you read the questions first. This is important. So read the questions first para pagkabasa mo sa paragraph, alam mo na kung ano yung hinahanap mo, no? Kasi minsan yung utak natin nakakalimot siya, no? Nagbabasa ka sa paragraph, tapos pagbasa mo sa tanong, nakalimutan mo na. So, balik ka na kaagad, no? So, importante na alam natin kung ano yung hinahanap natin. Kapag sabihin sa question, who is the mother of blah, blah, blah? So, pagbasa mo sa paragraph, alam mo na kung anong hinahanap mo, sino yung nanay niya. Okay, so read the questions first to save time. And of course, analyze well. Yun lang naman talaga yung kalaban. But for now, since we are reviewing, I'm gonna read them for you. I'm so sorry if I will bore you, no? Pero no choice tayo. Alam nga naman, maging quiet lang ako at I will let you read, no? Pangit naman. So I will read it first and then let's answer the questions. Okay, so please read with me or listen carefully. A well-dressed young man entered a big textile shop one evening. He was able to draw the attention of the salesman, who thought him rich and likely to make heavy purchases. So take note, he was well dressed, no? Pang heart evangelista siguro. Next, he was shown the superior varieties of suit lengths and saris. But after casually examining them, he kept moving to the next section, where ready made goods were being sold, and further onto the hosiery section. So wala siyang binili. No, he just kept on choosing hanggang sa lumayo na siya ng lumayo. So by then, the salesman had begun to doubt his intentions and drew the attention of the manager kasi wala naman siyang binili. No, akala nila big time. Malaki yung tip pero wala siyang purchase na ginawa. The manager asked him what exactly he wanted and he replied that he wanted courteous treatment. Yun lang pala yung gusto niya, ang irespeto siya. Bakit kaya? So he explained that he had come to the same shop in a casual dress that morning and drawn little attention. So ano yung kaibahan? Ngayon na nag-shopping siya, he was well dressed, no? Pero earlier, he had casual na dress lang. His pride was hurt and he wanted to assert himself. He had come in good dress only to get decent treatment, not forgetting any textiles. He left without making a purchase. So, yun lang, okay? Kaya pala siya bumalik at nagdamit ng maayos because he want to be treated fairly. Now, the young man was well dressed because, letter A, it was his habit to dress well. Letter B, it was his wedding day. Letter C, he wanted to meet the manager of the shop. Or letter D, he wanted to impress the salesman. So, sinabi doon na, ano, okay. Ano kaya yung reason niya for dressing up? Na-try niyo ba yan, yung na-ignore kayo? Parang ang tingin sa'yo so ako usually, I don't really care about how I dress, no? Yung pamilya ko, they dress well, but I just don't really. So every time I enter, hindi naman ako pala shopping. I'm okay. I don't really care about material things that much. So kaya iba-iba tayo tang priority sa buhay, no? Hindi talaga ako pinapansin. Ang tingin sa akin ng salespeople, ay walang pera. Totoo naman. What's the point? Correct answer is letter D. He wanted to impress them, no? So totoo naman na na-impress talaga sila the first time he entered, diba? Next, the salesmen in the shop are described as people who pay attention to. Letter A, only young men and women. Letter B, pretty women. Letter C, only rich customers. Or letter D, regular customers. So ito yung sinasabi ko sa read between the lines, even if it is not stated. Oo. At least maintindihan natin kahit hindi sinabi. It's just implied. May vocabulary na tayo na implied, no? So, okay, that's correct. So, the salespeople only pay attention to rich customers, no? Yung kayang ma-afford. Uh, pero so far, yeah. Yung nayayamanan talaga ako ng mga tao is yung pumapasok sa mga car shop para mag-shopping, no? Sana all. So we have tried that. I think that was my brother-in-law. Pero motorcycle yon, hindi siya in-entertain, no? Na-offend siya. Anyway, it happens. So, the manager asked the young man what he wanted because, bakit tinanong ng manager? Di ba pinatawag na yung manager? So, is it letter A, he would give him exactly what he was looking for? Letter B, the salesman had drawn his attention to the indifferent attitude of the young man. Letter C, he thought they could do more business with him that way. Or letter D, he thought the visitor was dissatisfied. So, tinanong ng manager, di ba? Kasi at first, the salespeople were entertaining him well, no? Hanggang sa papalayo na siya ng papalayo. Kaya they started to doubt kung ano, bibili ba to o hindi. So, tinawag na yung manager and the manager asked him kung ano ba talaga yung gusto niya. Okay, what do you think? Anong sana all? All right, so ito yon. The manager asked him what exactly he wanted, no? Because he would give him exactly what he was looking for. Okay? So, yun yung bakit siya tinanong ng manager. So, again, read between the lines, even if it's not stated. So, yung question naman is about the situation as a manager, not the salespeople. So they thought they could do more business. It's not mentioned. The salesman had drawn his attention to the indifferent attitude. Pwede naman, but that's the situation with the salespeople, no? So bakit ba tinanong ng manager? It's because ibibigay niya kung ano hinahanap, no? Oh, yun naman talaga. Next, so it's stated here, the manager asked him what exactly he wanted. Kasi yun yung ibibigay niya. Now, the young man left without hindi siya bumili ng kahit ano because letter A, he did not have money. Letter B, he could not find any item of his liking. Letter C, he had come only to make a point about the indifferent attitude of the salesman. Letter D, he decided to come to make the purchase later on. So, okay lang sana kapag ganito yung tanungan sa reading comprehension. No? Parang obvious ba? So for example, yung purchase later on, hindi naman yan na-mention, no? Yung wala siyang pera, hindi naman na-mention, no? Yung sinabi lang is casual siya nag-dress, tapos he dressed well on his second visit. He could not find the item of his choice, it's also not mentioned, no? Parang, even if you read between the lines, wala talaga doon na, nagsabi doon na wala siyang pera. So, the only answer is letter C. He had come only to make a point about the indifferent attitude of the salesman towards casually dressed customers. So marami yan sa movies lang. Aha. Okay, so kayo pag mag-shopping, dress well. It's also nice to dress well. It makes you be more confident. Oo. Sadyang ang init lang ng panahon ngayon, no? Next, another reading comprehension tip is you question all the choices. So, ganun naman talaga. I think familiar na kayo sa process ng elimination. So, yung natutunan ko sa board exam ko is, do not answer unless you have last two options left. So, unless dalawa na lang talaga yung natitira, wag ka munang sumagot. So, dito papasok yung you question all the choices or you eliminate. No? Tanggalin mo yung mga incorrect answer para may higher chance of winning. This will also help kasi sometimes we do not really understand the question. No? Minsan mahirap siyang i-comprehend. Kaya if you question the choices, parang binabaligtad mo. So for example, yung letter A, does it answer? Does it make sense ba? Yung letter B. So you question all the choices. Now let's try applying this. Um, okay, we have another type of question. Ignorance may be an effective stimulus to find new techniques or approaches that would make economic development more progressive or more responsive. The sentence best support the statement that number one, lack of knowledge on economy can also encourage discovery of new ways or approaches. Letter B, or number two, from creativity and resourcefulness comes new approaches. Number three, new approaches ensure economic success. Number four, new techniques and systems bring about change and success. Or number five, ignorance can also lead to discovery of new knowledge. So I know how you feel, parang blanco, no? Minsan binabasa lang natin but hindi talaga maintindihan, no? So anong gagawin? Basahin ulit, no? I-summon yung utak, no? Gumana ka. Huwag tatanga-tanga. So, yung sinabi dito, yung not knowing things, pwede siyang maging cause na makahanap tayo ng bagong strategy to make economic development more progressive or responsive. So ano ba yung pinaka-root dito ng statement based sa options natin. So ano yung tip? We question the choices. Okay, hindi pa mawala yung page. Paano ko ba ito maklik? Alright. So, number one, lack of knowledge and economy can encourage discovery of new ways or approaches. So, number one is okay, no? It matches. So, ignorance, okay, it can help find new techniques. So, number one is an okay option. Number two, from creativity and resourcefulness comes new approaches. So, obviously, hindi naman na-mention, no, sa sentence yung creativity and resourcefulness. So, it's not there, no, na makakakuha ka ng new approaches. Number three, new approaches ensure economic success. This one did not talk about economic success. 'Di ba? Wala namang na-mention. So number four, new techniques and systems bring about change and success. So again, yung point ng sentence is yung ignorance, it can help para makadiscover tayo ng new techniques or approaches that would make economic development more progressive, no? So yung ignorance. So it did not talk about paano siya magiging successful. Kaya it's not number three or number four. Now let's have number five. Ignorance can also lead to discovery of new knowledge. So number five can be the answer, no? Pwede. Kasi match na match siya sa statement. So ignorance, pwede siya makatulong, no? Para makakuha tayo ng strategy and approaches. Now, between 1 and 5, so by that, okay, may 50% chance na tayo of winning, no? Kasi kinonte na, we eliminated the other options. So, yung kaibahan lang is with number 1, may isang word dyan na it will change the meaning of the thought entirely. So, yung lack of knowledge on economy. So, hindi naman na-mention dito kung saang ignorance ba? Pwede namang ignorance with reading and writing, ignorance in business, no? Ignorance in agriculture para mahanapan ng government ng solusyon, no? It's not with economy alone. Although ignorance, pwede siyang makatulong so that we can look for approaches to make the economic development, no? Pero hindi siya ignorance about the economy. That's why the only answer that fits is number 5, okay? Ignorance can lead to discovery of new knowledge. So pwede naman na, ay okay, hindi to gumagana na approach. Let's try this one, no? So That's the advantage if you don't know yet, no? Kasi marami kang options, options, options. So our answer is number 5. Next, let's try another. Okay, this is very timely. No matter how strong and dedicated our leaders may be, they must find foundation and strength among the people. They may guide, set the tone, dedicate themselves, and risk their lives. But in the end, the national survival lies in the people. On their own, they can never save the nation. So the paragraph best supports the statement that number 1, it is the leader who determines the fate of the nation. So again, hindi ito about sa opinion nyo. Okay? Intindihin nyo yung given na sentence at ibigay nyo yung sagot na hinahanap nila. Okay? Baka sabihin nyo na, oh, agree ako sa number 1. Kasi yung leader naman talaga, kapag pangit yung presidente, mahirap din tayo. Oh, kahit na nag-agree ka man or hindi, ito yung given. So, wag kang pala desisyon. Okay? Number 2, good leadership is important to effective public administration. Number 3, dedication and sense of service enables the leader to guide the people. Number 4, the people themselves is the carver of their own destiny with the guide of the leader. And number 5, the people's strength comes from a dynamic and effective leadership. So I'm sure some of you will agree sa options, no? Minsan dinidebate natin 'no, sobra-sobra na tayong matalino, yung katalinuhan natin hindi na kaya 'no, kine-question yung, test paper. So, it's not about you, okay? Hindi to essay, hindi to debate, okay? It's a multiple choice question. So, the best we can do is i-practice natin yung utak natin, paano ba ibigay yung sagot na hinahanap nila, even if you don't agree with it, okay? So now, yung essence talaga ng sentence is kahit na gaano daw ka mabuti yung isang leader, the foundation and strength is nasa mga tao, no? So, pwedeng mag-guide yung leader, they can set the tone, pwedeng ibigay nila yung buhay nila. Pero in the end, yung national survival is with the people talaga, nasa ating tao, no? So, on their own, kahit na si Papa Jesus, yung leader, no, yung presidente, they can never save kung yung mga tao walang ano sa buhay, 'di ba? So, let's try. Number 1, it is the leader who determines the fate of the nation. No? You eliminate it kaagad kasi sinabi nga, 'di ba, yung mga tao, yung makaka-save sa leader. So, it's not number 1. Number 2, good leadership is important to effective public administration. Number 2 is okay, no? Parang nag-match naman siya. Kasi sinabi nga dito, they may guide, set the tone, no? They can risk their lives. So, pwede, no? Number 3, dedication and sense of service enables the leader to guide the people. So, it's not really about that, 'di ba? So, pwede naman they may guide, they may set the tone, pero yung it's about the people. This is not about the leaders. Kaya, yeah, eliminate na yung number 3. Number 4, the people themselves is the carver of their own destiny with a guide of the leader. So, number 4 is medyo similar na siya sa statement, no? So dito it's about the people na uh, where the national survival lies, no? Sa mga tao. Now, number 5, people's strength comes from a dynamic and effective leadership. It's not mentioned, no? Na malakas yung mga tao if dynamic tsaka effective yung leadership. So we are left with 2 and 3, but 2 and 4, but the correct answer is 4. So national survival lies in the people. On their own, leaders can never save the nation. So yung pinaka-match is number 4. The people themselves is the carver of their own destiny. No? So kahit saang bansa ka pa nakatira with the best government, kung tamad ka, no, umaasa lang sa ayuda, no, wala pa rin. Wala pa rin mangyayari sa'yo. So, Sometimes it can come to worse, 'di ba? People blame the government, they blame God kung bakit ganyan yung nangyari sa buhay nila. Well, we don't know what they went through, pero oo, according to the statement, nasa tao lang talaga 'yan. Although maganda rin sana kapag hindi corrupt yung government, 'no? Tulong-tulong ba? Now, let's do the drill. Those were the tips of reading comprehension. Ngayon, you will just answer on your own, okay? So let me read for you. A group of frogs was traveling through the woods. So bakit was ito? According sa discussion kahapon, kasi grupo sila, no? Isang grupo. Kahit na marami yung mga frogs, it's considered a group, no? Ayun, nag-grammar pa sa reading comprehension. Anyway, they were traveling through the woods and two of them fell into a deep pit, no? Tanga-tanga yung dalawang frog. When the other frogs crowded around the pit and saw how deep it was, they told the two frogs that there was no hope left. No, give up na lang kasi malalim. However, the two frogs decided to ignore what the others were saying and they proceeded to try and jump out of the pit. So, they didn't mind. Sinabi, give up ka na, hindi kaya, mamamatay lang kayo kasi malalim. So, they ignored it. Talagang tuloy lang sa try to escape. Despite their efforts, the group of frogs at the top of the pit were still saying that they should just give up, that they would never make it out. So eventually, one of the frogs took heed to what the others were saying, and he gave up, falling down to his death. No, so yung isa, okay, nag-give up na siya. No, bakit papahihirapan yung sarili? So the other frog continued to jump as hard as he could. No, so isa na lang yung natitira. Again, the crowd of frogs yelled at him to stop the pain and just die. No, sabi wala na mag-asa. Sabi ko nga tumigil ka na. Oh. He jumped even harder and finally made it out. When he got out, the other frogs said, "Did you not hear us?" So the frog explained that he was deaf. No, bingi pala siya. So he thought they were encouraging him the entire time. So actually, if we try to understand, this is a very deep passage, no? So kaya ko ito pinili para ma-inspire kayo. Char. Charo Santos. Anyway, how many frogs fell into the deep pit? Is it 1, 2, 3, or letter D, all of them? What is the answer? So minsan gano'n talaga, 'di ba, 'no, may problema tayo or we have challenges sa buhay, tapos may mga taong hindi maniniwala sa'yo, 'no. Sasabihin, "Yan maagang mabubuntis 'yan or 'yan hindi 'yan makakapagtapos. Magte-take ka ng exam? 'Wag na, hindi ka naman matalino." Oo. So katulad lang yung isang frog 'no, na bingi-bingihan lang pala, gano'n lang pala yun. Ipalabas sa kabilang tenga. All right, so the correct answer is letter B. Two of them no, fell into the deep pit. Next, did both the frogs give up? Letter A, yes, as they were told that there was no hope. Letter B, yes, as they got tired of jumping. Letter C, no, both of them went out alive. Or letter D, only one survived. So with this, it's very easy to choose the last remaining options, no? I-remove na kaagad natin yung nag-yes. Kasi hindi naman silang dalawa yung nag-give up, isa lang. So we're left with C and D, pero yung correct answer talaga is letter D. Isa lang yung nabuhay, no? Nag-give up na yung isa. So if you are the frogs, you try to assess, sang frog ka ba dun? Yung makikinig sa mga hindi magandang sinasabi ng iba or yung isa na okay, bingi. All right. So next, the other frog did not give up because. So letter A, he was deaf. Letter B, he was encouraged. Letter C, he was scared. Or letter D, he got lucky. Now pay attention to the question. Again, this is the trickiest question. Dapat intindihin mo yung sagot mo. Okay, intindihin mo yung tanong at intindihin mo yung sagot mo if it matches. Okay, bakit ba hindi na-give up yung isang frog? Okay, someone answered it. Good job, Sir Richie, Sir Marvin. So, he did not give up. Actually, it's because he thought na he was encouraged. No, na-encourage siya kasi all this time, he thought na they were cheering for him. Go, kaya mo yan! Oo. Kasi nga bingi siya. When in reality, what they were saying is, mag-give up ka na kasi imposible na, no? Hindi niya naman sinabi doon na, bingi ako. Oo, dapat makasurvive ako. 'Di ba? Hindi naman niya sinabi doon. So, he did not give up. It's because na-encourage siya kasi akala niya yung mga tao sa taas, ay sorry, yung mga frog sa taas, akala niya they were encouraging him. So, hindi naman niya sinabi na, bingi pa ako, mamamatay pa ako. Hindi, oo. Hindi ako mag-give up kasi bingi ako. It's not that, okay? So, again, it's very important na you understand the question at anong sagot yung hinahanap natin. Ganun lang. Analyze well. Alright, so much about the frog. Marami pa akong mga animals na story. So, how about this one? One day, a scorpion wanted to cross the river but couldn't swim. Okay, so gusto ni scorpion na tumawid but hindi siya marunong lumangoy. Oh, may frog na naman. Baka sabihin niyo, favorite animal ko yung frog. Kahapon yung pig. No, madaming example na pig. He saw a frog nearby and asked for a ride across the river on the frog's back. No? Kasi yung frog, they can swim. So gusto niya na, oy, pwede ba ako makisakay sa likod mo? The frog hesitated, knowing the scorpion's reputation for being dangerous. Siyempre, no, nakakamatay yung scorpion. The frog said, "But if I let you ride on my back, you might sting me and I would die." The scorpion replied, "If I sting you while we are in the river, I would drown too. It wouldn't make sense for me to sting you," which is correct, no? Kasi kapag sting nga siya, edi mamatay yung frog, tapos yung scorpion hindi marunong lumangoy, so silang dalawa yung malulunod, no? So it makes a lot of sense. Now the frog thought this made sense and the frog agreed. The scorpion climbed onto the frog's back and they started to cross the river. So yun na nga yung ginawa nila. However, halfway across, the scorpion stung the frog. Talagang ginawa niya pa rin. As the poison took effect and they both began to sink, the frog gasped, "Why did you sting me? Now we will both die." So the scorpion replied, "I couldn't help it. It's in my nature. No, it's just who I am." Anyway, now let's try to analyze. Why does the scorpion's response at the end of the story hold significance in understanding his behavior? Letter A, it highlights the scorpion's impulsiveness. If we say impulsiveness, yun bang parang pagiging agresibo, no? Hindi makapigil. So, kunyari, yun bang may gusto kang bilhin, tapos binibili mo kaagad, no, without thinking about it. No, that's what we call an impulse buy. Hindi pinag-iisipan. Letter B, it explains that some actions are inevitable due to inherent traits. Letter C, it shows the scorpion's lack of intelligence. Or letter D, it suggests that the scorpion intended to survive the crossing. So, hindi na importante kasi nakaka-survive naman siya. Okay, so, um, anyway, what is your answer? Ay, Jesus Christ. Okay, inherent. That's correct. All right, they're so smart. So it explains that some actions are to be expected kasi ganyan na yung tao, no? So again, this is another very deep selection. So kunyari, yung current partner mo, may history of cheating, no? So do you actually believe that that person is gonna be faithful? Depende yan, no? Pwede, nagbabago naman talaga yung tao. But your peace of mind, hindi ka magiging at peace, no? Kasi cheater yan, no? Pwedeng mag-cheat uli. Kasi, yeah, trait niya yan, no? Mahirap baguhin. It's in my nature, no? Or babaero, or lasinggero, no? Baka may natamaan. Oh, grabe naman si ma'am, ang judgmental. I'm not saying it's bad. Kung yan yung buhay niyo, bahala kayo. Ako naman ay hindi rin perfect. Okay. So correct answer is letter B. It's in my nature. It means it's inherent trait. No, nasa kanya na. Which theme is most prominently reflected in the fable? Letter A, the power of logic over instinct. Letter B, the unpredictability of human nature. Letter C, the inevitability of natural instincts. Or letter D, the strength of mutual cooperation. So, do your best to analyze kung ano ba yung sagot na hinahanap natin. Oh, sabi ni Sir Franz, oh, similar lang daw. Kapag ang isang addict, oh, addict na daw. Depende, some people heal. Oo. Pero mahirap talaga, no? Kung sino kayan talaga. Oo. So, ano ba yung hindi, oh, for example, yung soft drinks. 'Di ba? Ang sarap talaga ng Coke. Kahit na you try your best na hindi na mag-Coke kasi you make your life shorter. Masarap talaga lalo na kung mainit, no? So, mahirap baguhin. All right. So, the answer here is, 'di ba? It's still about who he is. So, it's the unpredictability of human nature. So, kasi napaniwala yung frog, 'di ba, na, "Okey, tama nga naman 'no, kung isi-sting niya ako 'di mamamatay din siya." Pero hindi niya in-expect that in the middle of the river talagang na-stung talaga siya. So, it's unpredictable, para bang hindi mo ma-guess 'no, it's very random, but at the same time kind of, yeah, expected. So, may make sense naman yung ano na puwedeng mamatay yung scorpion, pero ginawa niya pa rin. So, it's very kaya na-shock yung frog, 'di ba? So, it's the, unpredictability of human nature. Next, what motivated the frog to agree to carry the scorpion across the river despite his initial hesitation? So, paano ba napa-oo yung frog? Letter A, the scorpion's argument that stinging would lead to mutual destruction. Letter B, the frog's belief in his own strength, na hindi siya masastang. Letter C, the frog's trust in the scorpion's nature. Or letter D, the frog's desire to help those in need. Oh, some of us, 'di ba, very gullible, no? Para bang nasobrahan sa kabaitan. Oo. Kahit na walang kwenta yung tinutulungan, eh, talagang naawa tayo kaya talagang tinutulungan natin. So sometimes it can cause your own destruction, no? Dapat tumulong ka muna sa sarili mo, no? Be just before generous. And also set your boundaries. Kapag alam mo na hindi okay for you, then don't do it. So anyway, correct answer is letter A. This is quite simple. Now, the scorpion's argument that stinging would lead to mutual destruction kasi tama naman. So, ganun din, no? Kapag, siguro ako, same with the frog, oo, mapapa-oo din ako kasi may point naman. Pero ginawa niya pa rin. So, wag maging gullible, no? Kapag sabihin, ay, hindi ko ako kaya, iba ako sa kanila, hindi ko kayang mag-cheat sa'yo. Kung, ano yan, kung masasaktan ka, masasaktan din ako. Oh, tapos naniwala naman yung mga tanga, no? Kaya, sama-sama tayo. Sama-sama silang nasaktan. So, how can the moral of the fable be applied to real life situation? Letter A, trust should always be given freely without question. Letter B, logical reasoning can always prevent destructive outcomes. Letter C, people can easily change their inherent nature. Letter D, understanding someone's true nature can prevent misplaced trust. So, actually, with letter B, logical naman yung reasoning, no, na kapag na-stung yung frog, mamamatay din yung scorpion. Pero hindi pa rin yan yung nangyari. So in real life situation, we should be able to understand someone's true nature. So alamin natin kung sino talaga sila. Huwag magpaniwala kaagad-agad, no, yung sa mga nami-meet online or yung mga dating app, no? So kadaming tao sa buong mundo, no, at iba-iba ng nature. Kaya it's very important na we should get to know someone. So, could be a partner or friends. Kahit na yung pamilya natin, nag-away-away nga tayo or may hindi nga tayo gusto, how much more if it's a total stranger, no? So, understanding someone's true nature. Now, this is, I believe, the last one. So ito, Carabao naman. Okay, last na talaga ito, guys. So once, a proud Carabao mocked a small shell for being slow. Slow, not mentally, yun bang, sa paggalaw. So mahina naman talaga yung shell, no? The shell, unfazed, challenged the carabao to a race. Confident, the carabao agreed, thinking victory would be easy. Kasi ito naman, ang laki nga ng carabao, no? Liit lang ng shell. The race began and the carabao dashed ahead. But every time he stopped to check his lead and called, Shell, where are you? A voice further down the path would answer, I'm right here, ahead of you. Aha. So, paano kaya ginagawa ni Shell yun? Every time the carabao will call, sumasagot yung Shell na mas nauna pa sa kanya. Frustrated and exhausted, the carabao kept running, but he could never catch up. Finally, he collapsed, defeated. That night, the shell secretly called upon his friends to help. Okay, so bago yung competition, nagpatulong pala yung shell sa friends niya. Themselves along the race path to answer whenever the shell and his friends had out with him, teaching the carabao a lesson in humility and the power of strategy over strength. So, to sum it up, hindi pala nag-iisa yung shell, no? Marami na sila sa race path. Kaya every time tumatawag yung carabao, yung naunang shell, yun yung sasagot. Now, that's very smart. Now, why did the shell challenge the carabao to a race despite knowing that the carabao was Letter A, to prove that he was physically faster than the carabao. Letter B, to teach the carabao a lesson in humility. Letter C, to show that strength alone is the most important trait. Or letter D, to show that he could run just as quickly. So, why do you think? Um, bakit ba nag-challenge si Shell kahit na mas malaki naman talaga yung carabao? It is, all right. So, to teach the Carabao a lesson in humility. That's correct. Okay. So, actually, mananalo naman talaga yung Carabao, pero para bang, how do you say that in Tagalog? Yung bang hambog or very boastful. Parang sobrahan naman sa confidence, no? That they belittle other people. Mas magaling ako, mas matalino ako, mas mayaman ako, ganun. So, gusto ni Shell na turuan si Carabao ng lesson. Next, how did the Shell and his friends manage to make the Carabao believe that he was always behind? Paano nila ginawa yun? No, na napagod na yung Carabao kakatakbo, pero palagi pa rin nauna yung Shell. Letter A, they hid along the race path and answered whenever he called. Letter B, they convinced the carabao to slow down. Letter C, they challenged the carabao in a fair race. Or letter D, they used magic. So for this one, we can eliminate letter D. Magic was never mentioned. It's not even included. So tanggalin na kaagad, okay? So is it a fair race? No. Oh, nag-strategize si Shell. Okay, so the correct answer would be that's correct. Letter A, they hid along the race path and answered whenever he called. So that's how they made him believe na, hala, nauna na naman si Shell, no? Pero marami para sila. Maangas, maagas, mahangin. Oh, yeah, yung mahangin. Ginagamit din yan sa Bisaya. Yung sa amin nga, bagyo talaga yung term, no? If we know someone na sobrang mahangin, ayoko doon malakas yung hangin, no? Bumabagyo. So, same lang din pala. Okay. Next, what is the main theme of the story? Please try to analyze. Letter A, strength is more valuable than strategy. Letter B, arrogance often leads to failure. Letter C, friends cannot be relied upon in difficult times. Or letter D, races should always be fair. So, again, some of you may agree sa mga option dito, but the question is not about you. It's about the story given. So kahit na nakarelate ka na your friends cannot be relied upon in difficult times, totoo yan ma'am kasi yung mga ano ko hindi nagpapautang. It's not about you, no? Hindi mo yan storya sa buhay. It's about the story. So always give them the answer that they are looking for. Okay? Now, correct answer is arrogance often leads to failure, no? So iba yung confidence, iba din yung arrogance, no? Too much confidence is arrogance, no? So na Parang na-overconfident ka na akala mo ikaw talaga yung pinaka-best, eh, di nga ka. Oh, sometimes it happens to all of us, even to me. So minsan, there was a point in my life na I believed I knew better, no? Parang hindi ko na, I didn't pay attention or hindi ko na binigyan ng importansya yung opinion ng iba because akala ko ako lang palagi yung tama, no? And sometimes life works on mysterious ways. So ma-realize mo na toxic ka rin. Okay lang yan. Anyway, correct answer is letter B. Let's move on to jumbled sentences. So ito, iisang sentence lang, tapos i-arrange natin in the right order, okay? Tips. So jumbled sentence, just find the subject and the verb and the direct object, okay? And that's how you'll be able to come up with the whole sentence. So find the subject and the verb. Make sure, kapag nakompleto yung sentence, you make sure na they make sense, okay? Let's have this one. Letter A, get some peace. Letter B, he left home. Letter C, his parents could. Letter D, in order that. What is the complete sentence? Comment down your answers. Is it A, B, C, or D? So sa mga ganito, talagang oo, sinusubok talaga ang ating analysis. Pero marami yung exam nyo, 'di ba? Maraming may logical reasoning, no, may math. Okay. So good luck sa inyo. Kaya nyo 'yan. Masyadong maraming inaaral. I've never had, although I have a lot of classmates na nakapasa na sa NAPOLCOM. Tapos nagpapatulong sila sa akin. Verbal reasoning lang yung alam ko. How am I supposed to answer the others, no? Correct answer is, it's letter C. Okay, iba-iba ng sagot. So again, find the subject and the verb. So yung subject natin talaga is he. Oh, yan yung nauna. He left home. So in order that his parents could get some peace. So again, he left home in order that his parents could get some peace. So ano ba yung letters D? His parents could, he left home. Oh, it doesn't make sense na, no? So umalis siya para may peace yung parents niya. So kayo dyan, oo. Ngayon alam niya na anong gagawin na. Kung palaging speaker yung nanay, baka pinapalayas na kayo, no? Pinatapos ng pag-aaral, tapos nung graduate, no, hihiga-higa lang for how many years, no? Tapos ang laki pa, namimili pa ng ulam. Ay, iba. All right. Letter A, in the winter time. Letter B, the 2022 World Cup in Qatar. Letter C, would best be staged. Letter D, will not be held in June and July, but. So what is your answer? So at least napapractice tayo, no? Let me see. Madali lang tong live. Katulad kahapon ay hindi na ako madaming daldal kasi malayo yung aabutin natin. Dati nagrereklamo talaga yung mga reviewees. Ma'am, tama na kakadaldal. Sorry naman. Okay, correct answer is letter D. So our subject is the 2022 World Cup in Qatar will not be held in June and July, but would best be staged in the winter time. Okay? So actually, pwede din yung, pero in the winter time will not be held. Letter C does not make sense. Letter B daw. Would be best, mas lalong hindi. The 2022 World Cup in Qatar would be best be staged in the winter time. Okay. So, yung letter D lang talaga yung pinaka nag-make sense. Okay? The 2022 World Cup in Qatar will not be held in June and July, but would be best staged in the winter time. No? So, make sure na understandable yung sentence. Okay? Imagine, jumbled na sentence yung binigay. Tapos yung isasagot mo, jumbled din, no? Saan yung hustisya? So, make sure when you answer, maintindihan na. Okay? Next, letter A, he was a versatile writer who Letter B, that are all considered the best in their spheres. Letter C, Tagore was a poet before everything else, but letter D, wrote novels, dramas, essays, and short stories. I think this is talking about Rabindranath Tagore. Uh-huh. So, ano yung tamang sentence? Okay, challenge natin yung utak. Ang dami niyo pa rin nanonood. Oo. Hindi ko tinitingnan yung number kasi nahihiya ako. Because imagine if it's physical, no? Kahit nga 10 viewers lang, imaginein mo may 10 tao nanonood sa'yo nagsasalita. Mabuti na lang hindi ako kumakanta or sumasayaw, mas lalo nakakahiya yun, no? Hindi nga marunong lumakad. Paano pa kaya pag sumayaw? Okay, correct answer is, of course, yung letter C, yung subject tsaka verb, no? Tagore was a poet before everything else. So, C, Tagore yung subject. Uh, before everything else, but he was a versatile writer who wrote novels, dramas, essays, and short stories that are all considered the best in their spheres. So, letter D is the most understandable. So, another tip, kapag may tao, you consider it, baka yan yung nauna, okay? Yung mga he is, she is, Tagore was, Jenny is, talkative, oh, you consider na baka yan yung nauna, okay? So here, with that's letter C, kaya tingnan yung mga choices na nauna sa letter C. And maybe one option there, yung kabuuan ng sentence niya will make sense. Anyway, for this one, it's letter D. Again, hanapin yung subject ka verb. Letter A, coal as a fuel. Letter B, in place of wood. Letter C, during this period. Letter D, people were beginning to use. Ano ba yung correct sentence? Is it A, B, C, or D? So, what is your answer? Oh, ala, hina-hinay lang daw ako. Ay, sorry. Eh, actually, mahina talaga ako mag-discuss. Pero, hindi ko alam kung saan lulugar. Kasi natatakot din ako na baka ma-bored, no? Iba-iba talaga yung tao. So, minsan, sabihin mo, pakibilisan. But okay, I'll try to make it slower. Sa exam nito, ma'am, from infant to adult. Ang ano po yung from infant to adult? Pwede paki-expound yung sentence. Okay, that's correct. Marami na yung tumama. So, during this period, the people were beginning to use coal as a fuel in place of wood. Actually, pwede yung iba. Let's see. In place of wood, people were beginning to use coal as a fuel during this period. So even letter A makes sense, no? Pero yung letter C talaga yung pinaka-appropriate. Para bang may time frame na sa panahong ito, yung mga tao, they were using coal as a fuel in place of wood. Okay, so choose the one that's most logical. Again, you can arrange a sentence in different ways, pero piliin yung pinaka-exact. Okay, kaya do not be so aggressive sa pagsagot. Pwede nga na people were beginning to use coal as a fuel in place of wood during this period. Pwede din, no? D, A, B, C, pero wala. Iba yung option. So we are left with letter C. Next, from the mountains to see the gentle flow of the river, it is very pleasant. Oh, alin ba dito yung nauna? Is it A, B, C, or D? So, hanapin yung subject tsaka verb. All right, what about the others? So, ano sa tingin nyo yung dapat mauna? Is it letter B or letter D? Kasi nandito sa mga option, yun lang yung available. Okay, so it is very pleasant to see the gentle flow of the river from the mountains. No, D, B, C, A. So it is very pleasant to see the gentle flow of the river from the mountains. So kapag may mga ganito, it is, no, yan yung possible na nauna. Okay, marami na yung nakakuha ng correct answer. All right. Next, Bestowed with indifference. Letter B, kind with kind words is much more. Letter C, a small gift accompanied. Or letter D, acceptable than a large gift. How will you arrange the sentence? Is it A, B, C, or D? So sabi ni Sir AJ, may scrambled din daw in the previous exam. So you arrange yung infant to adult at yung isa naman is from seeds to becoming a fruit. Okay. So let's pay attention no kasi minsan pwedeng iulit no baka tinamad na silang gumawa ng bagong tanong kaya some of the questions will be recycled. Oo. So Sir Jerome na bahala sa inyo magbigay kung anong mga lumabas in the previous exams. Okay, the correct answer is letter D. Good job. So, nauna tayo sa letter C, a small gift accompanied with kind words is much more acceptable than a large gift bestowed with indifference. So, what does it mean ba? Okay, so for example, may nagbigay sa'yo ng ano, may nagbigay sa'yo ng ano ba yung mga I don't know what's small, no, but let's just say 20 pesos. Tapos yun lang talaga yung pera niya, tinulungan ka, pamasahe mo. And it's with kind words. No, sa'yo lang yan, okay lang yan, don't mention it. Mas acceptable daw kaysa sa bigyan ka ng malaking gift pero parang indifferent yung nagbigay, para bang walang pakialam. Depende, oo. Kung i-compare mo yung 20 pesos tsaka yung isa 1 million, kahit na siguro with indifference, okay na, tanggapin ko na. But this actually means yung intention ng nagbigay, no? Baka naman ayaw talaga nilang magbigay, napilitan lang, no? Ayoko talaga yung napilitan lang yung tao mabigay sa'yo or to do something for you. I don't like it, no? If you will do someone a favor, do it out of the kindness of your heart. Kung mabigat sa dibdib mo, wag mong gawin. Okay? Next, try to use the camera carefully before you read the manual. So, how will you arrange this? Is it A, B, C, or D? So, how will you arrange this? Alin ba yung nauna? Okay. Hala, si Sir Di Malas, ang daming tanong, ang daming sagot. Oh, okay na. Nakita na namin yung letter D. Alright. What about the others? Marami palang Bisaya nanonood. Okay, so correct answer. Hala, walang nagli-leave sa live. Okay, correct answer is dito talaga ako matagalan na mag-answer, pati na sa civil service. Kasi confusing, no? Kaya nga yung you question all the choices. Kung talagang mahirap, subukan mong buuin yung lahat ng option. Anyway, hindi naman 10, no? So, 4 lang. Correct answer is letter B. That's correct. So, before you try to use the camera, read the manual carefully. So, yung letter B talaga yung pinaka nagme-make sense na option. Bago mo gamitin yung camera, basahin mo muna yung manual carefully. Correct answer is letter B. Next. Dito tayo sa paragraph arrangement. So, yon jumbled sentence. Ito naman, marami yung sentence, pero we arrange it by paragraph. Don't worry, it's step by step naman. Hindi yung isahan yung pagtanong, no? So, first step for sentence arrangement is you find individual sentences. Ano ba yung individual sentence? Yun bang talagang sure ka na siya yung nauna, no? Like, walang nauna before that sentence. Like, siya talaga yung nauna. Para bang topic sentence, no? Like, siya yung opening sentence. So, for example, sentences that start with although, because, it's very obvious na may nauna na bago sila, no? So, find individual sentences or topic sentences. Now, please, isang letter lang yung isagot, Which sentence should go first? Yan lang yung tanong. Alin ba yung nauna? Letter A, but by then it was too late to correct things. Letter B, it is large and possible to steer such a large project to success without planning. Letter C, he had to stand by and watch helplessly. Letter D, the whole scheme was destined to fail from the beginning. Or letter E, Jack started realizing this only towards the end. So, based on your analysis, alin ba dapat yung mauna? Mhm. So, maghanap ka ng individual sentence. So, for example, um, itong letter A, no, nauna ng but by then. So, ibig sabihin, it's not individual, no? May nauna na dyan. So, okay, some of you answered. Okay, may nag-answer letter E. Jack started realizing this. Oh, imposible din kasi may nauna na dyan. No? Ano yung na-realize niya? Oo, ibubungad sa'yo, Jack started realizing this. O ano yung na-realize niya, 'di ba? So it's also not. It is large impossible to steer such a large project. Puwede. Letter C, he had to stand by and watch helplessly. Not really, no. There should be a reason behind that. I feel like my explanation yung letter C. Letter D, the whole scheme was destined to fail from the beginning. So pwede din yung letter D. O ganun pag-understand, okay? Hindi yung dire-diretso, kasi nandiyan si Jack, tao siya. Sabi ni ma'am yung tao daw yung mauna. Uy, sa jumbled sentence yun, paragraph na ito. Ano ba? Okay, so correct answer is, alright, it's actually letter D. Marami yung sumagot na letter B. So the whole scheme was destined to fail from the beginning. Okay, so now, yung hahanapin natin is yung supporting sentence, no? Ano ba yung kasunod niya na nagpro-provide ng extra information about letter D? So, identify the supporting sentences. Ito yung hinahanap ko. So, ano ba yung kasunod na sentence? Ano ba yung kasunod na sentence? The whole scheme was destined to fail from the beginning. Which among the option gives extra information about the whole scheme? Mhm. So, ano ba yung kasing ginagawa nila? Ano ba yung ginagawa nila? Anong scheme ba na destined to fail? What is that thing? So, the answer is, all right, no, it's letter B. It is large, impossible to steer such a large project to success without planning. So, yung scheme is the project pala, no, na hindi nila plinano from the beginning. So, let's try to understand the passage para mahanap natin yung pangatlong sentence. Okay. So dito, medyo okay na, no? Mabilisan na lang yung paghahanap. So it is large impossible to make it successful daw without planning. Pero ano yung kasunod kayang nangyari? So, ano ba? May namulat ba? Aha. Okay. Anong nangyari kay Jack? O, dito na papasok si Jack. Nasaan si Rose? So, imposible na maging successful ito without planning. And then Jack started realizing this only towards the end. So papatapos na, doon niya lang na-realize na imposible pala na maging successful ito, no? So find the connecting words. Ito yon, no? Mga conjunctions. In addition, furthermore, besides. Oh. So connecting words will guide you kung ano yung kasunod. So Jack started realizing this only towards the end, but by then it was too late to correct things. So in the end, wala siyang nagawa. He had to stand by and watch helplessly. So let's read its entirety. The whole scheme was destined to fail from the beginning. It is large impossible to steer such a large project to success without planning. Jack started realizing this only towards the end, but by then it was too late to correct things. He had to stand by and watch helplessly. So make sure na yung panghuli din is parang concluding sentence. No? Parang, yun. It answers the questions na what happened, why, how it happened. No? So wala na siyang nagawa. Okay, that's the concluding sentence. Next, which sentence should go first? Modern science has produced some good drugs for these ailments. Letter B, heart ailments are very common these days. Letter C, so I always prefer taking milk these days as it contains no fat. Letter D, but this can also be prevented by taking fatless food. Letter E, that is why people call this era as the age of heart troubles. lalong-lalo na sa Pilipinas, 'no? Yun bang barbecue, tapos yun na nga yung Coke, puro matataba yung kinakain, 'no? Kung hindi naman nagpo-pork, ano naman sa fried chicken, yung pinaka pambansang ulam, 'no, fried chicken. Kasi yun yung nabibili sa kanto, no? Kung natutubuan lang tayo ng pakpak, ay lumilipad na tayo sa kakakain ng fried chicken. Kaya anong nangyayari, 'di ba? Very fatty yung kinakain. On top of that, ang lakas pa kumain ng rice. Oo, kaya yung life expectancy sa ating bansa, I don't know, ilan na ba yung or, anong number na ba yung life expectancy ngayon, 'no? Anyway, the first sentence, yung topic sentence is about the heart ailments, no? Heart ailments are very common these days. Letter B. Now, ano yung kasunod niya? Which ba na nagbibigay ng supporting information about heart ailments? So, on top of eating rice, fatty food, soft drinks, ay, tamad ba mag-exercise, no? Oo. Baka sabihin niyo, "Ma'am, ikaw lang ma'am, 'no? Healthy kaming lahat." Ay, sana all. Charot. I'm okay, hindi naman ako unhealthy. Balance din naman yung pagkain. I just don't eat a lot during dinner kasi matutulog ka na lang, 'no? Do'n talaga ako sa breakfast, parang patay gutom. Correct answer is okay. So letter E. It supports the first sentence. So heart ailments are very common. That is why people call this era as the age of heart troubles. No, so yung very common these days, it supports na this era is the age of heart troubles. Ano yung kasunod ng letter E? That's correct. No, so that's letter A. So, modern science has produced some good drugs for these ailments. So, this era is the heart troubles, no? Pero yung science, okay, may mga drugs na pwedeng i-take para makatulong with your heart problems. Pero, this can also be prevented by taking fat-less food. Okay? So, number four, it supports the third one, no? Kasi there are drugs, pero pwede ding hindi mag-drugs, hindi ka lang masyadong kakain ng fatty food. And finally, letter C, that is the last sentence. Okay. So I always prefer taking milk these days as it contains no fat. So, very obviously, yung fatless, nauna talaga siya before the milk. Kasi yung sa milk na sentence, it already talks about no fat, no? Para ma-justify yung nauna na sentence. Now, let's read its entirety. Heart ailments are very common these days. That is why people call this era as the age of heart troubles. Modern science has produced some good drugs for these ailments, but this can also be prevented by taking fatless food. So, I always prefer taking milk as it contains no fat. All right, next. Which sentence should go first? Ang hirap, no? From reading comprehension down here, para bang, really? Hindi pa ba tayo tapos? Oo. Paano na lang on the actual exam? Okay, kaya yan. Which sentence should go first? Marie Curie's discovery of radium led to much improved treatment for cancer. Letter B, it has helped man to live a more comfortable life. Letter C, however, it's how we use a thing that makes it good or bad. Letter D, the benefits conferred on the world in general by science have been manifold and varied. Letter E, but eventual discovery of the full properties of radium and uranium has brought great destruction in its train. Letter F, no educated mind would deny this, but many would point out that it has brought evil as well as blessings. So, alin kaya yung nauna? Which is a topic sentence. So, yung nauna siguro is the one talking about the the benefits. Okay? So, siya talaga yung main. Okay, that's right. So it's letter D. So the benefits conferred on the world in general by science have been manifold and varied. So this makes sense, no, in terms of technology, lalong-lalo na sa medical na part, yung operation, no, grabe talaga yung science makatulong. Transportation, 'di ba? So it's manifold and varied, no? Malaking tulong siya. Now, bigyan nyo or hanapan natin ng supporting sentence. Alin ba dyan yung susuporta sa information na malaki daw yung natulong ng science, no? In different aspects. Okay. So, malaki yung natulong niya. O, ano ba yung natulong ng science? So, I was talking about transportation, technology, sa medical na part. Oh, so, okay, that's right. So, papasok na si letter A. It has helped man to live a more comfortable life. Totoo naman talaga, no? Kasi sabi ng mga lolo't lola, naku, dati, wala pang kalsada, ganito pa yung paglakad namin, no? Dadaan kami ng ilog, papunta ng paaralan. Oh, ngayon, ay, sasakay ka na lang, ng tricycle. Oo, hahatid ka na, bababa ka na lang, oh, 'di ba? So, it has helped us live a more comfortable life, no? I'm not sure if it's common in the Philippines, but in other countries, meron na silang machine for the dishwasher, no? Hindi na sila naghuhugas, nilalagay lang nila yung mga pinggan, ay, naghuhugas na on its own, no? Yung sa atin naman, washing machine, no? Kapag mainit, may aircon. Sana all. So, a more comfortable life. Now, what would be the next one? Okay. So, alin ba yung kasunod na information na hinahanap natin? Okay. So, which of the sentence will prove that this is true? Okay. Which of the sentences will prove na totoo talaga, no? Na nakatulong talaga yung science so that we will live comfortably. How about the others? Okay. Is it letter C? So the next sentence will confirm na yes, it has helped us live comfortably. No educated man would deny this, no? Wala naman talaga, I 100% agree. Nakatulong yung science para maging comfortable yung buhay natin, no? No educated man would deny this, but many would point out that it has brought evil as well as blessings. So hindi lang magandang bagay yung nabigay ng science, no? May blessings, but there are also evils. So let's have the next one, no? Ano ba yung extra information that we can add from the third sentence, no? Ano ba yung example? Example ng evil at blessings. That will be the discovery of the radium. Okay. So, doon na tayo sa letter A. So, science brought evils as well as blessings. Example na kaagad. Marie Curie's discovery of radium led to a much improved treatment for cancer. No? So maganda siya because it can treat cancer, no? Parang mas na better yung treatment for cancer. Now let's look for the connecting words, yung mga conjunction. So nakatulong nga siya for cancer, but the eventual discovery of full properties of radium and uranium has brought great destruction in its train. So, yung fifth sentence, it supports the fourth one. Okay, dapat nauna yung fourth one because nagsalita na about the radium, no? Or yun na yung discussion. And then finally, the last sentence would be letter C, no? However, it's how we use a thing that makes it good or bad. So in the end, sabi ni Catriona Gray, no? It's always in moderation. Kapag nasobrahan ka naman sa isang bagay, it's not good. No, anything too much is not good. Katulad na lang kahit may babae uminom ng sobrang daming tubig, namatay. Oo. So, it's how we use a thing. May na, I've heard a story kasi yung bago pa lang yung radium na parang nakaka-addict siya. And there was a person who constantly drank, parang small pieces lang. And then one day, mga 3 years niyang ininom, biglang natanggal yung jaw niya. Oo. So, meron ding mga bad effects or mga side effects. Anyway, that is the entire paragraph. So, last yung C, kasi it's concluding na siya na sentence. Kasi 'di ba dito, it nakatulong yung science na maging comfortable yung buhay natin. So, walang magde-deny na totoo 'yan, naging comfortable naman yung buhay natin. Pero may evil tsaka blessings din itong dala. So, for example, yung kay Marie Curie, yung discovery niya sa radium, it improved the treatment for cancer. Pero, yung pag-discover na ng full properties ng radium at uranium, meron ding destruction na kasama. So, concluding na yung sentence. Now, as a conclusion, it's how we use a thing that makes it good or bad. So, depende na rin sa'yo. Okay, next. Ito, what is the correct paragraph? Please answer in full. Okay? So, yung entire na pagkasunod-sunod. This is all for you. I'm sure you are working hard for that goal ninyo right now. Let's try to analyze this. People who work hard often develop discipline, patience, and a strong sense of responsibility. In the end, dedication and perseverance can turn goals into accomplishments. It means putting in consistent effort even when tasks are difficult or time consuming. Letter D, although results may not appear immediately, hard work usually leads to growth and long term rewards. Letter E, working hard is essential for achieving success in any area of life. So, give me the entire paragraph. No, alin ba dito yung topic sentence? Alin ba dapat yung nauna, yung kasunod? So, very obviously, yung it's about hard work, no? So it's about hard work. Alin ba dito yung dapat topic sentence? That's correct. So we'll start with letter D. No, with letter E pala, sorry. So working hard is essential for achieving success in any area of life. So kahit ano, kung talagang nagpupursige lang, um, in the end, we will reap what we will sow, no? So we will start with letter E. Okay. Working hard is essential. What about the others? Now, ano ba yung ibig sabihin ng working hard? Ano ba yung ibig sabihin ng working hard? So, the supporting statement here is yung letter C, no? So, working hard is essential for achieving success. Kasunod yung letter C, it means putting in consistent effort even when tasks are difficult or time-consuming. So, pagkatapos ng letter C, pagkatapos ng supporting statement, example na kaagad. So, ano yung example? Yung letter A. That's why people who work hard often develop discipline, patience, and strong sense of responsibility. So, dapat mauna yung letter C. It's because, sabi nga dito na, you put in effort kahit na mahirap or matagal. No? Some people can take years bago makuha yung pangarap nila. So as a result, dito na yung example na yung mga tao pala na hardworking, okay, they develop discipline kasi mahirap at matagal, di ba? Patience because it will take time, no? And a strong sense of responsibility. All right, nakuha na ng karamihan. And then, although results may not appear immediately, hard work usually leads to growth and long-term rewards. In the end, dedication and perseverance can turn goals into accomplishment. So, topic sentence, supporting sentence, example, conclusion. Okay, that's how we will arrange things. All right, good job. So, I think this is the last one for the paragraph arrangement. So, ito naman is about time. Okay. Comment your answers. Letter A, time moves forward, never pausing for anyone. Letter B, we try to hold on, but time slips through our hands. Letter C, each passing moment is a reminder that nothing lasts forever. Letter D, all we have in the end are the moments we've lived. Letter E, we often take it for granted until it's gone. Parang lalim naman, no? Ang bigat. I don't want to think about it. So for example, yung parents natin, no, like we don't really pay attention, pero if we look at our parents, parang tumatanda na, no? Like hindi mo na namamalayan na yung skin ng nanay mo is it's falling down, parang oo, na loose na siya, or the hair is turning gray, mabagal nang tumayo at lumakad. So one day it will just hit you na hala, matanda na si mama, no? So, yun, I don't want to think about it na nakaka-depress. All right. So, alin ba dyan yung topic sentence? Of course, we start with the topic, which is time. So, time moves forward, never pausing for anyone. So, that's letter A. This is true. Yun nga sa nabasa ko na kahit daw anong mangyari sa'yo, hindi titigil yung mundo para sa'yo. So it could be na you discovered na may sakit ka or namatayan ka ng loved one. Even if you're so sad, the world will not stop for your grief, no? Hindi titigil yung mundo, hindi titigil kaming lahat sa pagtrabaho at sabihin, "Uy, okay, i-comfort natin si Jenny kasi malungkot siya." No, no, everyone will just go on with their business. So time never pauses for anyone. So yung supporting statement niya is, each passing moment is a reminder that nothing lasts forever. Because, yun na nga hindi siya nagpo-pause for anyone. Kaya, habang, okay, dumadaan yung moment, nare-remind tayo na, hala, tumatakbo yung oras, no? And then, ano yung gagawin natin? We try to hold on. Oh, but time slips through our hands. Okay, finally, someone answered it correctly. So, correct answer is we start with A, about the time, and it never pauses for anyone. And then, supporting detail niya is yung each passing moment is a reminder kasi nga it never pauses for anyone. And then we try to hold on, but time slips through our hands. We often take it for granted until it's gone, and all we have in the end are moments we've lived. Ano? So in the end, yun lang yung maaalala natin, no? The moments that we are truly happy. So anyway, that's it. Okay, again, topic sentence, supporting sentence, example, and conclusion. Lalong-lalo na doon, no? Um, just assume or i-expect nyo na lang na mahahaba yung sentences. So, mas mabigat siya and mas nakakapagod siyang intindihin. Pero you can do it, no? It doesn't mean it's impossible. So now dito na tayo kung saan magaling ang mga babae, no? Maghanap ng error. So, finding error tip is to understand the structure or yung grammar. Okay, yung basic grammar lang, no? The dog chased its tail all afternoon. Alin ba yung error? Is it dog, its, chased, afternoon, or letter E? No error. Okay. So, alin ba dito? If someone will comment the correct answer, I will proceed, okay? Para hindi tayo mag-dwell sa isang item for a long time. All right. So, correct answer dito is okay. So it's it's letter B. This is a contraction, no? It actually means it is. So the dog chased it is tail. Incorrect siya. Dapat walang apostrophe para ownership siya na it's. Okay? Yung tail niya, okay, it was chasing its buntot, no? So dapat walang apostrophe. Now, another tip when you Find error is to observe parallelism. So kapag ano ba yung parallelism? Yun bang magkapareho sila ng structure, no? Kapag ing yung isa, dapat ing lahat. Kapag plural yung isa, plural lahat. Kapag to infinitive yung isa, to infinitive lahat. No, walang exception kasi oo, para maging parallel. So various words in the sentence should follow the same concept, where all are written in the same tense. Example, Lily likes eating M&Ms and binge watching series on Netflix. So, alin ba dito yung error? Is it likes eating, binge watching, on, or letter E, no error? What is your answer? Okay, so correct answer natin is, so actually, this one is tama naman, eating and binge watching. I don't know why, bakit letter C yun nandito. Actually, for this one, it's no error, okay? Again, for this one, it's no error. So, do not pay attention to the slide. Yes. So, ito yung ibig kong sabihin kapag eating, kapag ing din dito dapat, no? Eating, binge watching. Tama lang. If you say binge watching, yun bang manonood ka for a long time, no? Yan lang talaga yung gagawin mo. Binge watching or binge listening. All right, so this is letter E. Next, for finding error, you observe redundancy. So ano ba yung redundancy? Kapag paulit-ulit. That is also incorrect. Um, so the sentence must not include repetitive words. Let's try answering. In our community, our neighbors, we help each other. Alin ba yung error? Is it our neighbors, we help, or letter E? No error. Please comment down your answers. Okay, so correct answer natin is, again, na mali lang yung binge watching. Okay? Yung letter E, no error talaga yon. Alright. So dito, wag lang paulit-ulit. So you already have our neighbors. And then meron bang we? You can remove we. In our community, our neighbors help each other. So, parang na-misplace lang siya. So, if dito naman, if tanggalin natin yung neighbors lang or our, it will become incorrect. So, mas logical na tanggalin yung we. Okay? In our community, our neighbors help each other. Correct answer is letter C. Again, pwedeng our neighbor but wala siya sa option. So, our, letter A, neighbor, letter B. Oo. Kaya yung we, yung pinaka-safe na sagot. Next, for finding the error, please observe punctuation, spelling, or suffixes. No, ano ba yung suffixes? Yun bang mga karugtong ng sentence, no? Paano ba siya na plural or siguro may mga affix na nilagay na mali yung pagkalagay. So, pay attention to the words. Minsan, wala sa grammar, sa redundancy, or sa parallelism yung mali. Pwedeng nasa words alone. So, pay attention to that. Let's try this one. His green tie was not right for his suit. Which is the error? Is it green tie was right suit or letter E? No error. What is your answer? Pwede talagang maraming error na ilagay. So comment down. Yung mali dito is? Okay, that's right. So yung right na if we listen to it verbally, tama naman yung right, no? But since this is written, it's very obvious na it's incorrect. So yung right should be R-I-G-H-T, no? Hindi yung pagsulat na right. Now let's do the drills. So far, those are the things you have to remember kung maghahanap tayo ng mali. Let's try this one. The coach with his entire team are traveling by plane. Which is the error? Is it coach, his, are, by plane, or letter E, no error? Comment down kung anong answer natin. What about the others? Okay. By the way, by tomorrow, so you will still be with me. Wow, third day straight. So still 6:30, pero iyan na yung 100 items na we will rationalize. Okay? So hindi na siya discussion. We will just be reading the questions and answering and discussing it kung ano, bakit yan yung correct answer. Okay? But that's for tomorrow, no? The 100 item drill. And then, so bukas is Friday. Yeah, yun yung last. I think next week pa yung final talaga na lecture. Okay, the correct answer is R. So, do not regard yung nasa loob ng comma. Okay? So, yung pinag-uusapan lang talaga ng sentence is the coach. So, the correct sentence should be, the coach is traveling by plane. So, here, yung with his entire team, parang additional information lang yan. But you don't really consider that. Unless lang kung sinabi na, the coach and his entire team are traveling. Yan, tama, no? Kasi and yung ginamit. Parang sinama talaga sila sa thought. Pero ito, it's just extra information na yung coach, tapos nandyan yung team niya, you know, para ma-imagine mo. Oo. Ma ano yun? Makikita mo sa imagine mo na yung coach kasama yung team niya is traveling by plane. So, if it's inside the comma, do not pay regards to it, okay? Answer is letter C. Next, since there was no evidence to indicate whose ring it was, the presiding magistrate dismissed the case. Which is the error? Is it whose ring it was, presiding, dismissed, or no error? What is your answer? All right. So, what about the others? If someone will comment the correct answer, I'll just proceed right away. Okay. So this is okay. So yung whose actually it means who is. So same kanina yung sa dog's tail na it is. Ito if we try to break it down it means who is. So the sentence will be to indicate who is ring it was. So that's incorrect, no? Yung whose sana dapat na WHOSE. Oh, yan yung whose. Okay, not the my apostrophe S. All right, that's correct. Mama Alisa or Eliza. Next, I know that you will enjoy receiving flowers that smell so sweetly. Which is the error? Is it enjoy receiving, smell sweetly, or letter E? No error. What is the answer? Please comment it down. Okay. So for finding error, it's kind of okay. Kasi minsan, if you listen to it tapos hindi magandang pakinggan, gano'n talaga 'no? How to identify if it's grammatical or not. Tinitingnan kung maganda bang pakinggan. Kung hindi maganda pakinggan ay mali 'yan. Okay. Oh, what about the others? Yung iba, enjoy. I know that you will enjoy receiving flowers. Tama naman. Ah. Flowers that yeah, smell is tama because marami yung flowers, no? Plural yung flowers. So dapat walang S. May S lang kapag singular. So the incorrect word here is correct. That's sweetly. So after this term, yung kailangan natin is adjective, okay? It describes the flower, no? So it should be I know you will enjoy receiving flowers that smell so sweet. Okay? So sweetly is an adverb, and we don't need an adverb in this sentence. Okay, we are describing the flowers that smell so sweet. So ginagamit lang yung adverb if we are describing the verb, no? So for example, she walked uh, faster than expected, no? She answered the exam quickly. Kapag sabihin siguro the flowers smells oo, or yeah, the fragrance is sweet. So adjective pa rin yung kailangan natin. Unless action word yung dinidescribe natin, dyan tayo gagamit ng adverb, okay? So correct answer dito is letter D. Next, she don't know the answer to the question. Alin ba yung error? Is it she don't answer question or letter E? Walang mali. It's correct. What do you think? So if you're curious, all of our discussion yesterday was about this. Kailan gamitin yung mga do, does, did, no? Correct answer will be okay. So, since she is singular, nag-iisa lang si she, it should be she doesn't know. 'Di ba? Kapag singular, palaging merong S yung last letter ng verb. No? So, she is, she was, she has, she does. So, same then, she doesn't. No? You use don't for plural, they don't. Also for I and you. I don't, you don't. So here, don't is the error. Next, the job requires attention to detail, being punctual, and that employees have good communication skills. So, alin ba yung error? Is it A, B, C, or D? Or E, walang error? Attention to detail, punctual, and that employees have good communication skills. I think dalawa yung error, ano? Pero if we pick one that's rather very obvious, alin ba dito? What is your answer? Yung iba nag-no error na. Meron pa ring error. So, for example, dito is, okay, correct. Alright, so marami pa rin yung sumasagot yung that. No, medyo off siya. So the sentence should be, the job requires attention to detail, punctuality, and good communication skills, no? So dito, na-mention niya yung that employees have. So this can be removed, okay? This sentence is not parallel, okay? So dito, wala naman yung the employees, no? Sinabi lang na kailangan ng attention to detail, kailangan maging punctual sila. Tapos biglang pumasok yung that employees. Pwede namang i-proceed na with the good communication skills. Our error is letter D. Next. The teacher gave us an advance warning about the test. Which is the error? Is it teacher gave advance warning or letter E? No error. What is your answer? So, alin kaya yung error dito? Is it with the words, with the redundancy, with parallelism, or with the punctuation, or what? Paano ba namin ma-identify yung pag-capitalize, ma'am? Yung PowerPoint mo, capital lahat ng letters. Para mas makita niyo, no? Para bang galit. That's how angry people type. Oo. Capital letters lahat. Parang kang sinisigawan if I read it. Okay, correct answer is actually a gave is correct, no? So yung medyo redundant lang is yung advance warning. So guys, kapag warning, it's already understandable na it's given in advance kasi nga warning, no? Alangan naman, oo, natapos na dun pa nagbigay ng warning. So pwede na, the teacher gave us a warning about the test, no? So sa hindi pa nangyari yung test, nag-warning na si teacher. So medyo paulit-ulit yung dagdagan mo pa ng advance warning. Sobra naman, no? So, similar sa redundancy is kapag sabihin mong, I saw a round circle. Syempre round naman talaga yung circle, wala naman square. So, that's how redundancy works, no? Paulit-ulit. Warning is already given in advance. So, for example, you are driving, tapos may cliff dyan, no? Pag nahulog ka na sa cliff, alangan naman nandun pa yung warning sa ibaba, no? Syempre, before you go through the clip, makita mo muna yung warning. So, that's the point of the warning. Kapag binibigyan pa siya ng advance, sobra na. You are over explaining things. Next, the project involves research, organizing data, and to write reports. Which is the error? Is it research, organizing, to write reports, or letter E? No error. What is the answer? We are almost done. We have a couple of slides left. So bukas, depende. I think yeah, it will still be 1 hour or two kasi 100 items yon. Uh, medyo babagalan ko ba or okay, kung okay na to sa inyo, then okay lang din, no? Kung anong whatever works for you kasi hindi naman ako yung nag-aaral. So dapat it should serve your best interest lalo-lalo na nagbayad kayo, no? Dapat makuha niyo talaga yung binayaran niyo. Okay, so the error here is actually organizing could also do better, no? So dalawa yung hindi parallel, yung organizing tsaka yung to write. Pero um pinaka-obvious yung to write, it's because it's two letters na. Two infinitive na siya. So, the project involves research, data organization, and report writing. Or the project involves researching, organizing data, and writing reports. No? So, we can move along. Letter C is too obvious na naiiba talaga yung structure niya. So the project involves to research, to organize data, and to write reports. Oo, yun sana. So that's how we identify parallelism. Okay, if something is very different, yan yung piliin nyo na error. Okay, yung hindi na talaga ma-help. Okay, so everyone in the class have to submit their assignments by Friday. Alin ba yung error? Is it everyone have submit assignments or letter E, no error? Please tell me your answers. Okay, everyone in the class have to submit. Okay, so correct answer natin is, all right, good job everyone. What about the others? Let me see. Oh yeah, we still have people here. Okay. Okay, so correct answer is okay, good job, Ma'am Alyssa, Ma'am Nika. So everyone, ano yung what did we talk about yesterday? Yung sa pronouns, no, sa indefinite pronouns, they are considered singular. Okay, so kapag singular, may S yung kasunod. So dito, everyone has. Okay? We use have for plural, for I and you. No, I have, you have, they have. But for everyone, each one. So kapag ganito kasi, iniisa-isa mo yung mga tao. That's why they are considered singular. So has dapat yung gamitin natin. Everyone in the class has to submit their assignments by Friday. Next, in my opinion, I think that the movie was too long. Which is the error? Is it in my opinion? Is it think movie too long or letter E? Tama yung sentence. Comment down. All right, good job. What about the others? So I'm guessing this is the last item. Yeah. Bakit ba? Okay, for tomorrow pa pala yung ibang question na nasa isip ko. Bukas pa pero na advance yung utak no, parang sinasagutan ko na siya right now. Bukas pa pala yun i-discuss. May mga questions ako hinahanap tapos I'm confused bakit wala dito. For tomorrow pala yun. Okay, the error here is think. So it should be, in my opinion, the movie was too long. No? So yung in my opinion tsaka I think, they mean the same. Okay? So hindi na yung paulit-ulit. So that's what I was talking about. Redundancy, no? Wag ulit-ulitin. All right. So, that's it for today. Dahil nandyan ka na, galingan mo na ha. Huwag tatamad-tamad at huwag tatanga-tanga. Ay, naghintay pala si Sir Jerome. So, thank you so much, guys. I will see you tomorrow for the 100 item test. Sir, thank you, sir.
Thank you, ma'am. Good night, ma'am Jen. So, that's the end, sir, ma'am, no, ng ano natin, day 10, pangalawang araw ng verbal reasoning. Yes, good night, ma'am Jen. You can already, exit po. Thank you. So, bukas, sir, ma'am, is mock test 3 natin, verbal reasoning, 100 items po ito, and the answer key will be discussed, no, sa live natin. So, 6:30 p.m. po yun. Ang mock test natin bukas is 9 a.m. and explanation po nito sa 100 items is 6:30 p.m. po. Discuss yan ni Ma'am Jen. Alright? So, about pala doon sa ano natin, doon sa mock test 1 and 2, di ba may nag-refer doon about doon sa tanong, wait lang, sign ko muna. Yes, good evening po. About doon sa tanong, about doon sa rigid and yung conventional, ito yung tanong, what is the type of constitution that can be amended or revised only through the work of a constitutional convention or constituent assembly? So, tamang sagot po natin doon, sir ma'am, ay rigid, no? Rigid po siya, hindi yung conventional. So, nagkamali tayo doon sa math test 2. Just to make it clear sa inyo. Rigid in constitution po. Okay? So, good night everyone and pakiantay na lang po sa natin, recorded. Thank you.